welcome to Drawing Furry Friends of the Saints. In this episode, we will be drawing the stag who was friends with Saint Godric. Saint Godric was a hermit who lived in the woods near Durham in England. His hut was surrounded on 3 sides by a river in an area that had lots of snakes and other dangerous animals. He spent his days fasting and praying and had great love for the wild animals in the area, often finding mice and rabbits freezing in the woods and bringing them to his hut to warm up by the fire. One day a stag or a male deer ran to his hut to escape hunters. Saint Godric protected the stag, and when the hunters arrived, they were so amazed by the peace and holiness of the saint that they apologized and left. In this way, the stag was protected from the hunters. Now, before we begin our drawing, you will need a piece of paper, a pencil, a black or dark colored marker, and whatever else you would like to color and finish your drawing. If at any point in the video you need to catch up, don't be afraid to pause and then start again when you are ready. Let's begin by drawing a short curved line over on the right side of the paper for the top of the stag's head. Now let's continue the line down and around to make an oval shape. On the bottom left side of your oval, draw a U shape down and around to connect to the other side for the stag's muzzle. Add one more little loop at the bottom for his mouth. Next, in the middle of his muzzle, let's add a rounded rectangle shape for his nose. Finally, to finish the stag's muzzle, let's add a curved line a little ways above his nose, just like this. Next, let's draw his eyes. Moving up toward the middle of his head, let's draw a short line down and a curved line up and over to the right side of the oval. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Now that our stag has eyes, let's add ears. On the top right side of his head, let's draw a short diagonal line up and curve it down. Now let's draw a V shape out and curve it back to connect with the head. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Draw a diagonal line up to the left and curve it down a little, then add a V shape out and curve it back around to connect to the head. Okay, let's finish our stag's head with antlers on top. Starting on the right side, draw a curved diagonal line up, stopping a little before the top of your paper. Now let's angle our line back down and then up again in a V shape to create the points or tines. I'm going to give my antler 4 points, but feel free to draw however many you'd like. Now, just like we did with the ears, let's draw the same thing on the other side, but facing the opposite direction. Draw your curved diagonal line up from the left side, stopping before you reach the top, and then angle the line back down, drawing your lines up and down to create points. Be sure you draw the same number of points on both sides. Let's add the body. Starting at the bottom of the left ear, draw a diagonal line down to the left. Now, from his mouth on the right side, let's draw another line down and slightly curved to finish his neck. Now, from the first line you drew, let's draw a line for the top of his back, moving across to the left and then curving down. Stop at about the same spot you stopped when you drew the other line for his neck. A little below the line you drew for his back, let's draw a curved backwards C shape for his back leg. Now, this part is a little tricky. Moving to where you stopped drawing his back, let's draw a smaller curved C shape and then continue that line across to the right. A little to the left of that larger backward C shape you drew, let's draw one more straight line across to the right and then curve it down. Finally, let's connect our bottom line and draw one more line across to make his hoof. Great job! Now moving to the front of his body, let's add a front leg. Beginning a little to the left of his neckline, draw a curved backward C shape out and around, continuing the line towards his back leg. Now, beginning in the middle of the backward C shape, Let's draw one more straight line out to the left and then angle it down to connect with the other line you drew. Let's add a diagonal line across to finish his front hoof, and then one more curved line up about halfway across his leg to finish the bend in his front leg. Okay, let's add one more curved line beginning a little above his front leg to make it look like another front leg is bent. Finally, let's draw one more short line between his front and back hooves for his stomach. Last but not least, let's erase a few lines we don't need on his head. I've made them red to make them easy for you to see. Now, before you start coloring, if you decide you'd like to trace over your lines with a black marker, you are welcome to do so, but it's not necessary. You can finish your drawing using whatever art supplies you'd like to color in your stag. If you have time, I'd invite you to look for pictures of stags from around the world in books or online to find out more about the beauty that God has given them. And just like that, you've drawn the stag who was friends with Saint Godric. Thanks for drawing with me today. I hope you're inspired to continue drawing furry friends of the saints. May the Lord bless you and keep you always.